Want to make fight with Eddie? No?
Yeah, he called you arrogant.
Why you do that?
He called you
really
arrogant.
It really can be, but I can do something, you know? Why you...
Don't worry about me. You have to get through him first.
But why you talk like this?
When he's finished with you, it'll be easier for me.
Why? We no need finish with him. I finish with him tomorrow.
Really?
But you
Saturday?
Today maybe.
Just
today.
the weigh-in tomorrow.
Maybe today. You.
Maybe. I don't think it would be a tough fight. You need a real
I think
challenge.
you're not good condition now.
I mean, terrible.
Yeah?
But I think you need to switch on for this guy.
Okay.
On Saturday night, boxing will crown an undisputed light heavyweight champion when Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol collide in Riyadh. These two have dominated the 175-pound division for years, but separating them is no easy task. This fight is a true 50-50 matchup, power versus precision. The boxing world is buzzing with predictions and debate as 14 insiders from promoters to fighters share their views on who will reign supreme. Ben Whitaker, a light heavyweight contender and 2020 Olympic silver medalist, initially leaned heavily toward Artur Beterbiev. Like many in the boxing world, Whitaker was impressed by Beterbiev's destructive power and ability to finish fights. However, after weighing both fighters' attributes and recent activity, his opinion shifted. He said, "You'll probably see interviews where I've swapped and changed. I was so strong on Beterbiev, and Beterbiev will probably stop him." But as Whitaker reconsidered, Dmitry Bivol's youth, versatility, and active schedule started to stand out to him. He highlighted Bivol's adaptability in the ring, his stamina, and his ability to handle different fighting styles. He also added, "But now I've gone back to Bivol, and I think Bivol's young, fresher, he's stayed active, he can fight close, he can fight long, and his fitness is good, so I'll edge more towards Bivol." This shift reflects the complex nature of the matchup, with experts struggling to confidently pick a winner. Kermel Moten offers an insightful take on the Beterbiev versus Bivol matchup, recognizing the complexities that come with both fighters' styles and recent performances. Initially, Moten leaned toward Beterbiev before his injury, but has since shifted his focus to Bivol, questioning whether Beterbiev can maintain his mobility in the ring. He suggests that Bivol might be able to outbox Beterbiev over the full 12 rounds if Beterbiev struggles to keep pace.
That's a tough fight. I really don't know. Before the injury, I had Artur winning, but I feel like maybe now Artur ain't gonna be able to move his feet as good to, catch up to Bivol. Bivol might just box him for 12 rounds.
Despite his doubts about Beterbiev's current physical condition, Motan's perspective shifts back to favoring Beterbiev as the fight approaches. He expresses admiration for Beterbiev's unique qualities, having spoken to some of his former sparring partners who reinforced the champion's distinct capabilities in the ring.
I spoke to some of Artur's old sparring partners that did like thousands of rounds with him, and they said he's something different.
He also added, "I think right now I'm leaning towards Artur a little bit. I like Bivol, but if I had to bet, I'm gonna put money on AR." Motan's analysis captures the delicate balance between skill, strategy, and the impact of injury, reflecting the uncertainty surrounding this highly anticipated bout. Kermel Motan not only shared his thoughts on the Beterbiev versus Bivol fight, but also offered some strategic advice for Bivol as he prepares for this critical matchup. He emphasized the importance of Bivol staying true to his style while remaining vigilant against Beterbiev's attack.
Oh, I'm sorry. What does Bivol have to do to get the W? Let me say that.
Just be himself, really, but stay sharp. Don't let Artur catch him. Keep boxing him. I feel like he gonna have to catch Artur with something though to make him respect him. So you don't come too crazy. So I might have to sit down a few of his shots.
Motan's insights highlight the need for Bivol to balance his natural instincts with strategic caution, ensuring that he remains effective while managing the threats posed by Beterbiev. This guidance reflects the high stakes of the fight and the fine line Bivol must navigate to secure victory. Shane McGuigan, one of boxing's top trainers, has a nuanced view of the Beterbiev versus Bivol showdown. While acknowledging the skills of both fighters, McGuigan leans toward Artur Beterbiev, citing recent form as a key factor. According to McGuigan, Dmitry Bivol's performance against Canelo was impressive, but his recent inactivity and lackluster showing in his last bout raised some concerns about his current momentum. McGuigan said, "I just think Beterbiev is on better form. Bivol looked really good when he boxed Canelo, and he's been inactive a little bit and didn't look good in his last one." On the other hand, Beterbiev's resurgence, despite previous vulnerability, stands out to McGuigan. He notes that Beterbiev didn't look his best during his fight against Callum Johnson, even getting dropped, but has since improved significantly. McGuigan dismisses the idea that Beterbiev struggled against Anthony Yarde, instead interpreting his performance as strategic and measured. The win over Callum Smith further solidified Beterbiev's current form. He also mentioned Beterbiev looked a little bit flat and fragile just before he boxed Callum Johnson, and then Johnson dropped him. Around that time, he wasn't looking at his best. Now he's come into his own. Callum's a very good fighter, so to do that to Callum Smith, he's Beterbiev on great form. McGuigan's analysis highlights how Beterbiev's recent performances have made him a formidable force, even in a close matchup with a talent like Bivol. Jim Lampley, a respected commentator and pundit, sees the Beterbiev versus Bivol fight as a thrilling clash between two highly skilled fighters. He acknowledges that both Beterbiev and Bivol are technical boxers who possess significant power, making the fight even more intriguing. However, Lampley gives a slight edge to Beterbiev in terms of raw punching power, noting that Beterbiev's knockout ability could be a game changer. Jim Lampley said, "It's just a great fight. It's two terrific technicians. They both have power. I do think it's logical to accord to Beterbiev an edge in punching power." Despite Beterbiev's power advantage, Lampley remains cautious in declaring a winner. He reminds us of Bivol's masterclass performance against Canelo Alvarez, where Bivol's confidence, control, and ability to adapt carried him to victory. According to Lampley, Bivol's tactical versatility could allow him to outbox Beterbiev and take control in the later rounds. Jim also added, it doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna win the fight. The Bivol who outboxed Canelo Alvarez, supremely confident, in command of his craft, able to choose other options besides the ones in front of him to continue succeeding in the late rounds. He can win that fight. Ultimately, Lampley views this as a 50-50 matchup, where either man could emerge victorious. For him, it's the unpredictability and high level of skill on both sides that makes the fight one he can't wait to see. He clearly mentioned, it's a 50-50 fight, can't wait to see it. Lampley's analysis captures the essence of the matchup. Two elite fighters, each with their own path to victory, making this a must-watch for boxing fans. Jay Opataya, the IBF Cruiserweight World Champion, is excited about the Beterbiev versus Bivol fight, highlighting its stylistic contrast. He's particularly fascinated by the matchup between Beterbiev's aggressive, walk-forward style and Bivol's tactical angle-cutting approach. For Opataya, this fight embodies the essence of boxing's technical side, rather than just raw power. Opataya said, "This is an awesome fight, stylistically the walk-forward fighter against the guy that just keeps cutting angles. It's awesome." While heavyweights tend to attract more attention due to their knockout power, Opataya emphasizes the cerebral nature of this fight. He views it as a chess match, showcasing the deeper science of the sport. Opataya feels privileged to witness such a high-level contest between two elite light heavyweights and encourages true boxing fans to appreciate the magnitude of this bout. As a boxing fan and the science of the sport, there's a lot of hype around the heavyweights because they hit so hard, but this is a chess match, and as the science of the boxing sports, this is a great fight, a great matchup, and I'm honestly honored to be a part of such a huge fight like this, he said. Opataya concludes by underscoring the importance of this fight for boxing purists, saying, "Any real boxing fan that knows the styles and the statistics knows this fight's massive." Opataya's perspective brings attention to the strategic brilliance of both fighters, making this fight a must-see for fans who value the technical aspects of boxing. When asked about the challenge posed by Artur Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol acknowledged the difficulty of the matchup, recognizing Beterbiev's status as a formidable opponent. Bivol emphasized Beterbiev's accomplishments and reputation in the ring, which only heightens the stakes for their upcoming fight.
Firstly, is Artur Beterbiev the hardest challenge in your career so far?
Of course, his harder challenge. He has 3 belts. We look at his record, perfect record. Great fight, great opponent, and it makes me excited a lot.
Bivol's comments reflect his recognition of Beterbiev's skill set and his own eagerness to rise to the occasion in such a high-profile bout. This acknowledgement adds to the anticipation of the fight, showcasing the respect each champion has for the other while emphasizing the importance of the moment. Bivol, known for his defensive skills and calculated approach in the ring, has built a reputation as one of the most skilled boxers in the division. With notable wins over Canelo Alvarez and Gilberto Ramirez, Bivol has proven he can outbox powerful opponents by using his quick footwork and sharp counter-punching.
Yes. Come on. 3. Good.
His promoter, Eddie Hearn, has emphasized Bivol's technical edge, stating that his ring intelligence will be the key to outlasting Beterbiev's relentless attack. However, questions remain about whether Bivol's style will hold up against the aggressive and physically imposing Beterbiev. Bivol typically avoids trading blows inside the pocket, preferring to stick and move from a distance, which could be both an advantage and a potential downfall against an opponent like Beterbiev. On the other side of the ring, you have Artur Beterbiev, a knockout machine with a perfect record of 20 wins, all coming by KO. Beterbiev's aggressive style has helped him dismantle some of the toughest opponents in the division, including Callum Smith and Joe Smith Jr. His ability to cut off the ring and apply constant pressure will be crucial as he seeks to force Bivol into exchanges, where his power can shine. While Beterbiev may not have the same foot speed as Bivol, his resilience and ferocity have carried him through tough battles. One of the biggest questions going into this fight is whether Bivol can withstand Beterbiev's power for the full 12 rounds, or whether Beterbiev will eventually break through his defense and land the fight-ending blow. As the anticipation builds for Dmitry Bivol's showdown with Artur Beterbiev, former WBC light heavyweight champion Alexander Gvozdyk, who faced Beterbiev back in 2019, has shared crucial advice for Bivol to navigate this pivotal moment in his career. Gvozdyk's insights focus on one key strategy: avoiding Beterbiev's powerful punches. Don't let him punch you and work your backside hard, Gvozdyk told Round 8 Boxing. Reflecting on his own experience, Gvozdyk recounted his bout with Beterbiev in Philadelphia, where he struggled in the later rounds. Beterbiev's relentless pressure led to 3 knockdowns in the 10th round, ultimately stopping the fight. He also noted, "Run away because it's not a good idea to stay against the ropes against him." With this first-hand knowledge, Gvozdyk's advice serves as a critical reminder for Bivol. Staying mobile and avoiding the ropes may be essential in countering Beterbiev's explosive power. As fight night approaches, the effectiveness of Bivol's strategy will be closely watched. As the countdown to the highly anticipated light heavyweight clash between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol continues, the stakes couldn't be higher. The winner of this October 12th showdown in Riyadh will not only become the undisputed champion, but also solidify their status as a pound-for-pound great in the sport. With such monumental implications on the line, former light heavyweight world champion Roy Jones Jr. has shared his insights and predictions on this exciting matchup. Jones began by acknowledging the complexities of the fight, stating, "That's a very, very good fight, and I have a hard time predicting it. I've heard that the guys have sparred a few times, and one of them may have gotten the better of the other, but I don't know. In theory, if I didn't know that they had sparred before, I would pick Bivol." He emphasized the significance of Beterbiev's punching power, noting, "Because Beterbiev is a puncher, and if he can hit Bivol, he'll knock him out for sure, because to me, Beterbiev is one of the best pound-for-pound punchers this game has ever seen. If he can hurt Bivol with his punches, if he can catch him, then he has a chance." However, Jones also highlighted a critical aspect of Beterbiev's fighting style that might work against him: his susceptibility to being knocked down. He explained, "But what people fail to realize is that Beterbiev has been down 3 or 4 times already. That's usually the weakness of the strong punchers. They don't take as good as they get." Drawing parallels to other powerful punchers in boxing history, Jones noted that strong punchers often struggle to absorb hits themselves. When there's a superb puncher like Julian Jackson, Gerald McClellan took him out. Mike McCallum took him out. He was a big-time puncher, but these guys don't beat him on decision, they knock him out. Because he gives a good punch, but he doesn't take the best punch. In his final analysis, Jones assessed both fighters and ultimately leaned toward Bivol as the likely victor. So that being said, Beterbiev is a good puncher, but I don't know if he takes a good punch because he's been down 3 or 4 times in nearly 20 fights. If you've been down that much in 20 fights, there's a problem there. He concluded with confidence, I really think Bivol has the advantage, and I'll go with him. With Jones's insights shedding light on the fight dynamics, boxing fans are left eagerly anticipating how this clash of titans will unfold. As fight night approaches, both fighters will be looking to solidify their legacies, making this matchup one of the most exciting events in recent boxing history. Former middleweight champion Darren Barker has weighed in on what he believes is one of Bivol's standout attributes, his exceptional footwork. Recognizing the pivotal role footwork plays in boxing, Barker highlighted how Bivol's movement can significantly influence the outcome of the fight. Barker praised Bivol's technique, stating, in the footwork department, I think he's that good the way he glides in and out effortlessly, and he doesn't jump out of range too far. This precision allows Bivol to maintain control while avoiding Beterbiev's powerful punches. He further emphasized the importance of Bivol's evasive skills, adding, he'll make you miss by that much, and that much is the difference between winning and losing. As fight night approaches, Barker's insights serve as a reminder of the strategic elements at play and the potential advantages Bivol may possess in the ring. With footwork as a key factor, boxing fans are eager to see how this will impact the fight's dynamics and ultimately the outcome. As the fight between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol draws near, praise for Bivol continues to come from prominent figures in the boxing world. Current WBO interim heavyweight champion Joseph Parker expressed his support for Bivol, stating, I favor Bivol as well. I feel like he's more precise with his punches and has good footwork. This assessment highlights Bivol's technical skills, which could play a critical role in the upcoming match. Adding to the conversation, combat sports journalist Ariel Helwani provided a broader context for Bivol's preparation and performance. Bivol has been active, Helwani noted. He also added, he fought, I know, lesser competition, but he hasn't had to come back from injury. This activity could contribute to Bivol's readiness and confidence going into the fight. However, Helwani also recognized the threat that Beterbiev poses, acknowledging, and I think that Bivol is the better boxer. Beterbiev is the better puncher, the harder puncher, but Bivol's the better boxer, and so for that reason, I favor Bivol. This distinction emphasizes the tactical battle that lies ahead, as Bivol's boxing skills will be tested against Beterbiev's knockout power. Reflecting on Bivol's recent performances, Helwani referenced Bivol's fight against Lyndon Arthur, saying, if this was happening in June when it was supposed to happen originally, and we're coming off of Bivol Arthur, I would be saying a completely different thing. He went on to express his concerns about Bivol's performance in that fight, indicating that it might have affected public perception. He said, I wasn't very impressed with him in that fight. I think he regained a lot of our trust and confidence after how he looked in June against Zenat. Helwani elaborated, I felt like he was a little lackadaisical against Arthur. I felt like he wasn't engaging. I felt like he was just trying to get the win in that fight on the December 23rd card. As fight night approaches, the insights from Parker and Helwani contribute to the growing narrative surrounding Bivol's capabilities and challenges. With opinions shifting based on past performances, fans are eager to see how Bivol will respond in the ring against Beterbiev and whether he can translate his skills into victory. As we approach the highly anticipated clash between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, the stakes are monumental. This fight is not just about the undisputed light heavyweight title, it's a testament to skill versus power. Bivol's technical prowess, footwork, and tactical adaptability pit him against Beterbiev's relentless aggression and knockout power. Experts are split, with many acknowledging the unpredictability of the match. The boxing world is buzzing with excitement as fans eagerly await the outcome, knowing that the victor will not only take home the title, but also solidify their legacy in the sport. Who do you think will emerge victorious? Dmitry Bivol with his tactical skill, or Artur Beterbiev with his knockout power? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below.